Good morning, team. Today is Friday, the end of the week, same day expiration. So definitely want to be cautious with that. But other than that, looking at the SPY on the 1 year, 1 day chart, reason being we're starting off on this chart because although we had a little bounce yesterday, sorry for all the lines, but they'll make sense on the smaller charts. This blue line right here is the SMA. We are still below the SMA, which can act as resistance for the stock. Basically, we're below the 1 year, 1 day trade line as well. So one thing to basically think about as well. And the MACD is trying to cross down with room to drop. So let's be cautious today. We could possibly have a pullback, as you notice. If we drop down towards the small chart, you can see we are pulling back a little bit from that 450 zone. 450, this blue dotted line represents that 1 year SMA. You can see we rejected that zone and we're starting to pull back. One positive note, the 20-day is finally above the divergence area. Yesterday we were below it. We tried to basically cross down yesterday, make a new low. It kind of ended up double bottoming and we basically started to pull it back up and stay above that trade line. So one thing you want to see today is, are we going to basically break the trade line and hold below it? Or are we going to start to stay above it? So that's one thing you want to watch. So make sure you guys keep an eye on the larger charts and basically practice some caution before you guys just jump into a play, right? So other than that, looking at the 180-day, we are above the 180-day trade line. We need to basically break 448 before we can start dropping to 447. Because the SPY is going basically in a sideways motion, basically range bound over here, it's kind of creating some chop for us, right? Remember, we were getting SPY movements, maybe like $4 to $5 because SPY had room to move. Now, because it's moving in this chop zone, now we want to definitely be cautious because it's going to basically probably get smaller moves depending on what's going on. Even though yesterday it wasn't really a small move, right? It went from like 443 to 450. That was a huge move. So it's perfectly possible again, especially since the RSI is a little bit more on the overbought side right now. So let's definitely be cautious. This is to represent the 188 trade line. So watch for that 448 down towards that 446 and watch for us to basically hold above that 449 and then we can start going to 450. If we break 450, that is the number we want to break and hold above, because above 450, then we can start basically going to 451 and most likely it's going to want to probably run to 453, which is the SMA up here. So keep an eye on the SPY, right? So next stock we want to jump into is basically Tesla. Tesla had a nice little pullback yesterday. You can see Tesla is struggling to get above that SMA on the 20-day trade line. So that is a bearish sign. So definitely watch Tesla for that 1055 drop up down towards like 1037, 1055 to 1037 should be a possible gap down. You can see there's no real support zones over here. And it's below divergence. It is crossed up. So if it keeps on rejecting divergence, it's going to cross down. If it crosses back up, right, or say if we start to get some bullish activity, you want to see us hold and break above that 20-day trade line, which is around like 1060. Then we could start going to 1074. Tesla is also in a range going sideways. Last but not least, we're going to talk about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is basically, it has been quite a mover sideways as well too. Watch for the break below 240 down towards 235. You can see it tested that yesterday. So watch out for that and watch for the break above 247 and we can start getting the 250 zones up here. So keep an eye on NVIDIA. Overall, not too many stocks running right now. Today's kind of like a wait and see kind of day, see what kind of action we're getting. If we jump down towards like the 15-minute chart, right, one of my favorites, you see that overall 15-minute cross was before the bell. We had that decline. Although we're getting very choppy movements, these long wicks mean the stock is going places and not really staying there, right? So that is basically something to be concerned about. But we did kind of clean up in the afternoon. So definitely want to watch to see what's happening right now. The 15-minute is crossed down. So we're probably going to end up having a pullback. Let's see what happens. Maybe it gets to the oversold side and we get a bounce, but let's see what happens. Don't want to basically have judgment on either side. Hopefully you guys have a green trading day. I'll see you guys in chat room later.